Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Speak Nerdy to Me for the very first week of June. I am Kaori for Team Amasian, and I've got also Team Amasian's other half.
Hey everybody, it's Ann Campia, and just so you know, rhinos are just chubby unicorns is what my shirt says.
Which is absolutely cute. So in case this is your very first time joining us, Speak Nerd to Me is a show where we talk about all the kinds of stuff that we felt like talking about. Most of it is from this week's news. A couple of stuff is stuff that we just wanted to touch base on. That being said, welcome and join us. So our first topic is going to be the beautiful reveal of Caitlyn Jenner. Woo! Now this, I think, is amazing because he came from Olympic hero to this generation's hero.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. When I saw it, I had to do a double take because I was like, wait, who? You know, because I thought the cover looked amazing, and I don't know if what the appropriate thing to say is he or she looks stunning. She looks stunning on the cover, I think. And like you said, hero for this generation, really supportive of all the transgender people who are now, not afraid to be who they are. And I've seen a lot of people actually trying to mimic the cover, doing their own, photoshopping their own photo on there and having the Vanity Fair logo on top. So I think it's a really cool thing. Yeah,
and now I'm automatically catapulted to the best Kardashian out there. But that being said, they're online and on news outlets everywhere. They're saying that Caitlyn Jenner is considerably worth more than Bruce Jenner right now in terms of how much money he can make, or she can make and stuff like that.
I mean, obviously that's not why she's doing it, no, but
I don't think
wow,
so.
That's incredible though.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
There was a rumor that Kim Kardashian just revealed that she got pregnant, and then a couple hours later, Caitlyn Jenner was revealed, and she felt like he stole her thunder.
Oh, come on.
This woman, girl.
Stop it. Did she actually come out and say that? Or are people
maybe?
Just saying that?
People are just saying that, maybe? But,
I hope not.
And you know what? I'm not a really big reality show fan, except for Total Divas, but Caitlyn Jenner is a show that I would be intrigued by if I had the chance to sit down and watch.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's it's a real story of actually interesting journey, not just someone's typical life being put out there. It's someone that has a very unique life that all of us in the society is quite intrigued by, and we want to kind of help make this a norm. You know? Well, that's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think Keeping Up with the Kardashians kind of touched on just the breakthrough when they had to have the conversation with Bruce. But yeah, I would totally follow that story through as well.
Yeah. So, congratulations, Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, you're gorgeous.
And C for Caitlyn, not K for Kaori. I get it. All right. So that being said, let's move on to some of our favorite movie topics of the week, starting with. One of my favorite movies growing up was Big Trouble Little China, starring Kurt Russell, Kim Cattrall, and some hot Asian chick. But that being said, The Rock now is coined to take the helm of Kurt Russell's character in the remake. Yeah, and have you ever seen Big Trouble in Little China?
I have, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So you would have to kind of remind me of the story, but I remember I have seen it.
Okay, well, in brief, it's basically Kurt Russell, and he is trying to, I guess it turns out to be he's trying to save a woman and an Asian woman at the same time. So I'm just curious to see how they're going to cast. And I think it's an action movie, but it's not purely action. And I think in this generation, it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to flourish or not, flounder with this remake. I think they picked The Rock purely for the name of being The Rock.
Right.
But I'm not against it.
You're not? Okay.
No.
Okay. I mean, just from the cover alone, I'm sure I could see The Rock step in to that type of role, but it could be just because we're on the heels of San Andreas kicking ass in the box office that they waited to see how well the movie did and wanted to make the announcement after the film.
They're really smart about it, yeah. So long as The Rock doesn't get emotional like in San Andreas, I think it can do well. And it's not a very, like, the Kurt Russell's character in Big Trouble Little China is not a very emotional person anyway. From my recollection, he's more just like actually trying to avoid, you know, being into one of the girls and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I really hope that they cast, at least if it's meant to be an Asian role, I hope they do cast an Asian
Big Trouble
actress.
Little China.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, basically he has to kind of save the world. I kind of forget, but it's a really weird, and I wonder who they're going to cast as the old man. That's going to be crazy. Hopefully an Asian guy, not some, you know, Emma Stone or something.
Do you think that I mean, in your opinion, is hearing Dwayne Johnson is in a movie or The Rock is in a film, is that the draw for you right now? Is he that name?
Because I was such a huge fan of that movie, I don't think that's what the draw is, but I'm not against him being the star of taking the lead. Mm-hmm. Not like hearing Megan Fox is April O'Neil. That kind of just bruised me a little bit.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think for me, because, you know, this is a whole new generation that a lot of people have not seen this film when it was out before. So the fact that they have The Rock's name to attach to it will bring a new crowd of people that have never seen this film or have been exposed to the story. So if this is truly a remake, this is a brand new thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people will just go see it just because The Rock is there.
Yeah, well, fair enough. I mean, he brings the party, I guess.
Yeah.
So, that being said, let's talk about before actually we're going to switch topics over, because you're talking about actors or actresses that bring in people. Well, Cameron Crowe, if you haven't heard, his movie The Floppy Aloha, which didn't do too well, it's been getting a lot of slack because it's placed in Hawaii, and Hawaii has a huge population of, you know, Asian descended people, and it's a movie that has an overly obvious amount of white people, and Emma Stone is supposed to be of Asian descent. In some of her blood is supposed to be of Asian descent, and that was apparently in the book, but they didn't choose to change that in the movie, and people have been really upset about that, including myself. And finally, Cameron Crowe sent out a half-ass apology about casting Emma Stone as a part Asian person. Yeah. So, I mean, we have a lot to say about this, but I don't know how much we will say about this. It might be another special edition of Speak Nerdy.
I know, because this is what people want to know our opinion on, for sure.
Yeah. What do you think?
Maybe we should have put it under hate of the week, actually.
Yeah, right?
Dang it. This is the hate of a little longer than a week. This is
I know, we're still talking about it.
I don't even know what to say about this. It's just, number one, if you're going to apologize, truly apologize for something, right? And so when I read the apology he put out there, it wasn't a true apology. No. It was just like, you know, like, sorry, but not sorry.
But not to be a dick, but it's a little bit on Emma Stone too. You know, I'm thinking she's reading it, she's like, half Asian, quarter Asian, I can do that, I can handle that. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm actually surprised that this film I guess it's because of all the names attached, but I'm surprised the film is in theaters because it had so many issues early on. And then when the Sony leaks happened, you know, a lot of the emails exposed that there were just so many issues on set and between actors, and wondering why they were still continuing to pursue the film. And so now there's this fallout as well with the whole race thing, and Emma Stone not refusing to play the role. Obviously, she had a choice. And this half-ass apology from Cameron Crowe.
Yeah.
And now the film is just not good from what I hear anyways.
It's 14% on Rotten Tomatoes last I checked, yeah.
It's just like, it seems like one bad decision after another, and not a good thing to have.
And then people are saying, well, you know, Emma Stone, she has a draw, so we'll understand why that happens. And it's like, no. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, people of, I'm not even talking about just Asian, but like other descent, which would be more playable than a super white fire crotch, you know, like, come on.
Well, and we had talked about this like a few days ago, and I think we were both in agreement that they could have easily just changed the heritage of the character.
They could have done that.
and there would have been no issues. I mean, some people might have been upset with the people who read the book and maybe had an attachment to the fact that she was, of Asian descent. But otherwise, it could have done that, and it could have just gotten rid of the problem. But
I mean, that's like the one thing I think Hollywood still struggles with. Like, only now are they really starting to, this is going off topic, but they're starting to really be receptive of women leading a character and all that stuff. That's happened in the past years, and that's great. But I want to see more minority leads.
Yeah.
Even Green Lantern, they chose, obviously they chose Ryan Reynolds, which he's a great actor. I love him, but isn't Jon Stewart supposed to be black? I don't know. I mean, that wasn't the one they chose, but anyway, just saying examples.
It's taking a very long time for Hollywood to understand. Even really long time.
San Andreas, there was that one Asian dude. He's a scientist, and I'm like, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead. He's gone. Anyway, so moving on to the sad and somber and the hate on on Hollywood. There's also a lot of love, and they are doing a slew of Disney live action movies, including The Little Mermaid, Mulan, and now they have announced that Fantasia is going to get a live action, like a particular scene, this particular scene right here.
Nice.
Fantasia's known a lot for obviously the music and the segments and the orchestra, so I have no idea where they're going to go with this, because animation works so well in that kind of realm. So I mean, we're gonna get ballet dancers on screen? I'm just curious to see how it's gonna play out. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's great. Right. I'm very intrigued to see where they're gonna go with this.
I hope it's a musical, like number one. Yeah. I really hope it's a musical.
It better be.
If it's not, then what's the point of making this one live action? Yeah. And I would love to see how creative they can get. I've seen a lot of musicals live. I've seen a lot of plays. Broadway plays, so they could totally do some really cool stage. I don't know what I'm trying to say, like acrobatic thing going on, like maybe like a Zumanity or something. Like, I don't know, but I hope they get really creative with it, and it's just not all CGI or effect, like those kinds of effects.
That's definitely what I'm looking forward to too. Do you have, of all the Disney movies that have been announced that's going to go live action, are there any ones that you are most looking forward to?
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, really?
Number one.
Oh, because you like Belle.
Yes. Yeah. I'm so excited to see that story. And I love the cast. I think I'm so excited for the cast, and they haven't even, made the film yet.
Yeah.
But what about you?
I'm really looking forward to Mulan, because I really think that it will have a lot of fight sequences. Yeah. That's something that's true. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, especially for a Disney princess.
Right? Yeah, yes. That's kind of cool. Okay, so let's talk about some trailers that came out this week, including Macbeth.
Yes.
If you don't know Macbeth, well, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. You don't suck.
You sucketh.
Do you suck it? Something starting with D. Michael Fassbender stars, as well as Marion Cotillard, the French lady.
Never going to say that name correct. I was actually trying to practice it on the way here, because I knew I was going to sit next to this one. And yeah.
I got you. But in terms of trailer, I thought that they did a great job. Michael Fassbender is so underrated. No matter how much you love him, I'm still going to say he's underrated. He's just a phenomenal actor. Yeah. What was that movie where he was like a psycho killer? It was so good. American Psycho, was that it? I forget.
I can't remember.
I'm going to look it up. But he was really good. And then, we got Marion Cotillard, she's an amazing actress. She's so underrated. And I think together they play well. And you see that in the trailer, how well they play off of each other.
Oh, I totally agree. I'm like, can they just have babies right now?
Can they just have so I mean, that's the trailer, like the heart of these two going off of each other. Let's see, it's way down there. I think it's like 2000 something. But Anne, what do you think while I look at it?
So for me, I also enjoyed the trailer. I thought, for those that aren't familiar with the story of Macbeth, it's about a guy who slays the king in order to gain the power and to gain the throne. And so the fact that they were able to make the trailer feel so haunting, because that's what happens to this guy is he starts to be haunted by his own demons. And so the fact that they kind of were able to have that in just a 2-minute trailer, I thought that was really good. And like Kaori said, the fact that him and MC, because I'm not going to try to pronounce her name, look really, really good together and play off each other so well. I also enjoyed the trailer a lot.
They had you at anything.
I know. Tangent here. By the way, I passed by the McDonald's on Olive. $10 for 50 chicken McNuggets.
Look
people.
at your face. Why don't we have chicken McNuggets here now?
I don't know.
She's obsessed with McDonald's. Obsessed with it. Macbeth? She clicked on Macbeth because she thought it was a McDonald's trailer.
Damn it.
I think it was American Psycho, but I'm not sure, and I can't find it here. So I'm going to move on.
You guys might know.
Let us know because our memories aren't perfect like nobody. All right, so next movie that we want to talk about is the release of MI5. Tom Cruise on a plane trying to, compete with The Rock.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I haven't followed all of the Mission Impossible films, but I also think that the trailer was great because Tom Cruise he never ceases to amaze me in the fact that he loves to do his own stunts.
He does, yeah.
And that whole plane thing where he's hanging off the plane was just incredible to me. I don't know how they were able to keep him secure.
Yeah.
But the fact that he did that on his own is freaking badass. It's crazy.
Yeah, I will give it that the trailer is pretty cool and has some crazy stunts. But I'm not interested in this movie. And I have been following Mission Impossible, and they're all good.
Yeah.
Every time I go, I'm like, wow, this is a good movie. But I still don't have that investment in them for some reason. I don't know what it is. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up watching this. I'm going to hear good things about it. I'm going to be like, well, yeah, shit. I'm going to go see that movie. And it's going to be like a really good movie, but I don't know. Just MI5.
The trailer was like meh.
Yeah, it didn't do much for me. Not like Macbeth.
50 piece.
Send her a gift certificate. $10 gift certificate.
I will accept all.
Our email is teamamasian@gmail.com. I think they have e-certificates.
Oh, well, hopefully the film is better than the trailer, though,
Yeah.
Do you think that this is the film that kind of wraps up Tom Cruise's stunt?
I hope so. He looks good for his age, but I'm kind of tired of seeing Tom Cruise do this shit. Not gonna lie.
You don't want him to fall off the plane?
I mean, there's a reboot of Top Gun. I think that's something that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see him fall off a plane. I don't want to see him make out with somebody anymore.
True.
I don't know. Yeah.
But it was great. I think it was the last film he was in, The Edge of Tomorrow.
I didn't see that one.
Oh my gosh. You have to see it.
Did you eat McDonald's while you were watching
I probably did. But that didn't, skew my judgment in the film. It was a good film. I think I saw it like 3 times in the theater.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to see that. Because he was the Tom Cruise that everyone, fell in love with in the 80s and stuff.
Okay.
Like, he's back to how he
like a little more like
be.
vulnerable and cute.
And funny. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, let's talk about some movie releases, starting with Entourage. FYI, Anne has seen Entourage. So, Anne, you will tell us your review, non-spoiler style.
Well, although I don't think I could spoil it for you because I just found out Kaori never followed the show. So, I will say that it is a good film for people who did watch the show. It was almost like seeing an extended version of the show, which could be good or bad. I thought the story was good. It made sense for the point where the characters are at in their lives. And it is funny.
Okay.
You could tell that they have such a good chemistry amongst the guys. And that's why a lot of people fell in love with the show, is because they loved the bromance. And they loved all the crazy things that the guys would get into. And they also love how loyal these guys are to each other. And at the end of this movie, that these guys will be friends for life, and that's kind of, I think, the point of the film, is to show you that even after all this time has passed, as the fans and even as the characters time has passed, they still very much love each other and are always there for each other. And so it's really cool to see that. There's a lot of cameos. I stopped counting how many cameos because there's so many. So many cameos, and that's how the show was too, was there was always cameos. Jeremy Piven is as Ari Gold is, as always, is amazing. And actually, I would say that the supporting cast to me was more interesting than Vinny Chase in this.
Okay.
And
whoever that is, yeah.
Which is the main character here. What's his name? Adrian Grenier or whatever.
Grenier, yeah.
There was one more thing.
Did they eat McDonald's? Is that what you were saying?
I wish they ate McDonald's. And it has escaped my mind. But there's a lot of cameos, a lot of fun. And I would recommend it if you're a fan of the show. If you're not a fan of the show, though, I am curious to see if you like the film. It's a good film, but again, I'm coming in with already a perception of what the character should be and stuff. So I would love to hear your thoughts on, the film if you do end up seeing it.
The noob.
Having not seen the show.
The Entourage noob. All right. Okay, well, why don't you talk about Spy also, because you saw that.
Oh, yes. So Spy is out, and the stars Melissa McCarthy, Rose Byrne, there's a laundry list of people. Jason Statham.
Cesaro.
Who else? Is Cesaro in there?
No, but Cesaro looks like
If you said yes, I would be like, he was.
I should have been like, yes. His body double.
I enjoyed the film. It has, I think right now, a 94% certified fresh.
Really good reviews on Tomato.
And, I have to agree with it. It is a very good film. I am a little bit surprised at how high it is. But for what it is, the humor is there. I felt like as if they just told everybody to just sit there and rag on each other, and they just kind of pulled what the best material was, because a lot of the scenes I liked were where they really were just having a one-on-one dialogue and just kind of ripping on each other. Jason Statham is one of my favorite characters in the film. Melissa McCarthy does such a good job leading the film, and it's like a really nice take on like James Bond, slapstick, a lot of British type humor. Oh,
I love that British humor.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
And it's very fast. My only thing is, obviously with any film, is the pacing was a little off. And for a comedy, it's really hard to have the pacing like just go. So there are moments where you're laughing like crazy for a few minutes, and then there'll be maybe 10 minutes where you're just not.
Okay.
I mean, there might be some jokes in there, but it's not. The jokes aren't always.
It's not consistent. Okay. All right. It's like Get Hard, where there's like one joke. Like that? No.
Yeah. No, did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
look at your face.
It's like you actually saw that movie?
Because I love Kevin Hart. He's so funny.
Well, so do I, and Will Ferrell too. I love.
And it's just that you would think like two comedians would work well together. It just didn't happen. Okay, off topic. This is the show where we like to go off topic. And then finally, I wanted to talk about It Follows. It's kind of an older movie, but I finally got to see it, and people have been raving about how it's a great horror movie. And the premise is this chick has sex, and after she has sex, this ghost follows her.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, the thing is like
hate of the week.
She needs to pass on the ghost by having sex with another dude.
Fuck that.
I mean,
that's the worst. Okay, off topic a little. But would you rather walk away from having sex with somebody with an STD or a ghost following you?
That's fucked up. What kind of question is that?
Which Corey, I think, is not going to answer. Okay,
I'm
sorry.
Gonna,
I interrupted your review.
Can you answer it?
Go for it.
Can you answer it? Oh, I mean, no.
At least STD might be curable.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, the ghost is curable if you have sex with someone else. But you got to see the movie.
Wow, that's crazy, though.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a story.
That's the premise. And she basically has sex with a guy, and then he gives it to her. So, whatever. I mean, it's a lot more complicated, but not so complicated. But people have been raving about this horror movie, so I decided to watch it. And I thought, it's a good horror movie. It's not enough gore for me. I like horror movies that have a lot of blood and a lot of like thrills and a lot of like knives and random shit. They didn't have enough of that. It was more of a mental mind fuck.
I hate those.
Yeah. So that being said, tell us what you thought about It Follows or Spy or Entourage. or San Andreas. Check out our video about San Andreas. And then next week is Jurassic World. I'm so excited about Jurassic World. Chris Pratt's hot, by the way. He's in the Men's Health UK or something. He looked really good. Okay, but anyway, and he was holding McDonald's when
he probably eats McDonald's. Come on.
You know, right? He's like, McDonald's.
No, well, we're both horror fans, though, right?
Yeah,
So would you rank It Follows in, like, your top 10, for example?
No.
Not at all. Okay.
No. I mean, it's good, but no. And also, Insidious 3 came out this week. There's a lot of movies that just I don't give a crap about this week. But anyway, there's a Beach Boys biopic, too. Anyway, I just know random shit, and I'm laughing. Okay.
I love to.
TV news. Let's talk about some TV news. We want to review a little bit of a Game of Thrones.
Oh, yes.
Episode 8 has came and went, so now there's 2 more episodes left. Finally, there's momentum. You get to see, spoilers, guys, the Nightwalker King, I guess.
Frosty.
Frosty Flakes.
Does he actually have a name? He must have a name.
And what trips?
I'm not gonna look it up.
What trips me out the whole time was the villain from Pitch Perfect 2 was in this movie.
Yes. It's funny because John and I watched that this week, and John's like, he's like, oh, that, is she Russian Russian or German? German. That German chick is pretty cute. Like, I swear I've seen her before. So of course I hop on IMDb and I'm looking at it. And there she is as a brunette in this last week's episode.
I didn't want her to die. That was a shame.
That was a shame.
She was cool.
But I felt like I kind of knew, because obviously they were focusing so much dialogue and attention to her character, that I felt like if it wasn't going to happen in this episode, it was going to happen next week.
Yeah.
So.
And it's Jon Snow finally, after 4 or 5 seasons, he's finally like taking his place as a leader, and that's something that I'm really enjoying. And I know that before we were kind of taking jabs at how Game of Thrones has been doing.
Yeah.
But this past episode and the episode before have vastly improved. I like that Tyrion is finally hanging out with Daenerys.
Yeah.
Although I'm not feeling Jorah. A little too stalkery. I mean, gross.
Didn't she just say, like, I will spare your life, just get the fuck out of my town?
And he's like, let me fight for you.
Like, as if when he wins, because we know that's going to happen, you know, right? He's going to, unmask himself, and she's going to be like, oh my gosh, Jorah. God. Like, what's going to happen between that point and... when he wins the battle, that she's going to change her mind about him.
Yeah, really gross. I'm not feeling it.
It's too much, huh?
And then there's also Cersei in jail, which is awesome. There's a picture of her.
I'm sorry. I didn't even see that.
No, it's cool. That's why it's 2. That's a good picture. But
yeah, it is.
She, she's obviously in jail for all her sins, finally. But there's something crazy is I feel pity for her.
Do you? So do I.
It's so weird.
Like, why is this happening? Because I hate you.
You know what? It's a saying, they're going to kill her off, and she's a great actress. She's one of the strongest actresses in the show.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
And, even though she's completely evil, she has extremely strong love for her children, she's a mother, and now she's going down, and her son is useless, absolutely useless. That storyline interests me.
Yeah.
Everything. The one thing about the Sansa Stark marrying Bolton,
asshole. Yeah.
The reason why that interests me is whenever, in a really twisted, fucked up way, Reek is interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I think you've known this, but ever since that stuff started happening to him, I just can't look at him. It, makes me so sad, and just knowing all the torture and everything that's happened to him. But I agree. I think part of the reason, I am a fan of Sansa, and so part of the reason I'm not a fan of her husband, but
no.
Again, part of the reason is obviously the Reek's reaction to everything that's happening, but also the fact that at some point I'm hoping Sansa will draw a little finger back to the where are they? Winterfell or whatever?
There's no way to tell who his allegiance lies, where it lies, you know? He's such a, like, cryptic dude.
Yeah, but I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
He's a good character.
So, I mean, a lot of storylines are starting to form, which sucks because, like, only 2 episodes left.
No.
But the one that I'm very disappointed with, and they're just, like, standstilling with, is Arya Stark's characters. Like, I don't give a fuck that she's scrubbing the floors.
Yes.
Or that the person next to her is messing with her and she's not ready to fight or whatever.
Yeah.
Or she hid the sword in a rock, which is dumb because it's like, okay, so suddenly this pile of rocks is a hollow area. What the fuck is this? I'm sorry. There's a little hole there, and Game of Thrones usually doesn't have that. But yeah,
I'm not. Yeah, and they're spending so much time on her character when they could be using it for some of the other characters.
Daenerys.
It's like I feel like every episode is just a drag for her, whereas in last season they built it up so much that you're interested to see where she was going, and now it's kind of like at a standstill, crawl.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I want to see Brynn save Sansa.
Yes.
She's like in the limelight, you know.
Been waiting forever already. Yeah, I'm excited.
She's badass. That. Anyway, anything else on Game of Thrones?
This thank you that is finally picking up its pace.
Yeah. So,
finally.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll give us some more episodes. Just kidding, that wouldn't happen. I'm just dreaming. All right, so other TV talk we want to talk about. We also want to mention that, actually this is Anne's mention. Lifetime, God, that channel, man. I don't know what to think of it. Yeah, Lifetime. I think you're always the one that brings up these shows. They're bringing up a movie called A Deadly Adoption. Initially, this movie was said that it wasn't going to happen. It stars Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig. But turns out it is going to happen. And it also has, what's her name? Jessica Stroop from 90210.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm excited.
You look at your...
I thought it was fake. But here's why Lifetime is cool. Because every time I go to my parents' place, they are watching Lifetime. That's the only reason I have seen so many movies on that channel, I swear. Because I don't have cable myself.
I'm not going to knock it. When I was a kid, when I shouldn't be watching Lifetime, I was watching... Before it became women's television, I was watching Lifetime.
Right. So, I mean, my parents enjoy the movies. They watch them over and over again. So this is going to be nice because it'll be a nice little refresher for the network too, because they don't really have films with this big of a name, or 2 now.
True.
In it. So the fact that Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig are both in the movie, I'm hoping 1, that it's funny. And 2, that it will get some people to watch Lifetime because they have some feel-good movies that you should be watching anyways.
What if your mom's like, I don't watch it?
I know. Out of all the movies, they changed the channel on this one. I'd be sad. I'd be a little disappointed.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, are you gonna watch it?
No.
What?
The only movies I'm looking forward to in Lifetime is the Flowers in the Attic sagas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't look that interesting to me. Look at your shot. What? You're not going to watch this Lifetime movie?
If it's a comedy, I think it's interesting. If it's a comedy and the fact that it's called A Deadly Adoption.
It doesn't take much to tune you in.
I'm there. Popcorn, everything.
I hope your parents have the popcorn ready.
Or the lumpia.
And the lumpia. And the palabok.
Yes.
And the fried chicken skin. Okay, that was a bomb. Anyway, excuse me, guys. We like to do this.
I'm hungry.
I know. Next, we're going to mention is Marvel's Phase 2 on Netflix has been announced.
Fancy.
And you take this away.
So, as you guys know, Daredevil did so well. We obviously we'll never truly know how well Daredevil did on Netflix, but obviously...
Did you watch it yet?
No.
We have to watch it. We've been talking about it.
I know.
If I don't care what you do, but if you do watch this without me, I'm going to riot. It's big. Yeah. Man.
Okay. So
we can cosplay stuff.
We watch it. Okay.
Look at Anne.
I swear I haven't seen it. So with the success of Daredevil. I know that Marvel is targeting Netflix for some other series, which I have read for Phase 2 would include characters like Blade, Punisher, and I think there's one more character. And so
they like them darker characters.
They like the darker characters, and they like to keep it PG-13. So it makes it very interesting for characters like Blade or Punisher, because how do you kind of tone it down to that age grade? But still make it entertaining for adults. And so I think they were able to do that with Daredevil, and I hope that they're able to accomplish that with the upcoming shows.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel's catching on. Like, DC's, I mean, yeah, it's on CW and it's a little bit of CBS and a little bit of Fox, but they need to catch up.
Still remains to be seen, like, how well, you know, when the film launches, Batman versus Superman comes out, and
that movie feels like it's been taking forever.
I know. We've been talking about it for like,
what is Ben Affleck doing? Is he like jacking off in his trailer or something? I mean, what is happening?
They're still trying to teach Gal Gadot how to be Wonder Woman. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, so Phase 2, they want to try to integrate some of the characters from the films into, potentially into some of these shows too. So there's going to be a lot of crossover. So they have to make sure that they manage the storylines and all of that good stuff. But Marvel's done a good job of it. So Phase 2 is going to be great.
Yeah. Looks good. Looks delicious.
I'm hungry.
I know. All right. So let's talk about our dating question of the week, which happens to be, some women care, some women don't give a shit. I think Ann and I will speak for Ann. We're the type that don't give a shit.
Yeah.
About putting your relationship status on Facebook. I have friends that are like, oh my god, why did he like put me in a relationship?
I don't even realize that thing is still on Facebook.
It's still there. I know this is weird, but I actually prefer to have it not listed, because that's a really private matter, and even if I'm married, I don't think it's necessary to say like I'm married to this person.
Yeah.
Only exception is if Wakame had a Facebook page. She has a Facebook fan page, but if she had a Facebook page, I would be in an open relationship with Wakame.
I don't know if she'd like that, though.
I know.
She might not want to put it out there.
She's like, no, you watch Daredevil with
She's
me.
like, don't tell anybody that we're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I gotta get mine, too.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you think, Ann?
I agree. I think it's well, number one, I think the novelty of Facebook has been dying down, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe younger generations enjoy using Facebook still. But the fact that I didn't even realize that it's still there, just makes it relevant for me. And I've never thought it to be important, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. So tell us what you guys think, because maybe you guys might be in a younger generation and that's how you guys declare each other's love instead of like posing for pictures. I have no clue. So,
imagine if you found out you got broken up with because they changed the Facebook status.
I'm sure that's happened.
Right?
I'm positive that's happened. Like it's like getting broken up over text or something weird like that.
But then everybody sees it.
Yeah.
And people start to question it. That's the worst part. People, as soon as you decide you put your relationship status on Facebook and then you change it, people automatically jump on that thing.
Yeah, because relationships are like such a private matter in a way that people are always invested in like what your relationship status is. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk also about our hate of the week.
Should have been Aloha.
But okay. This is in defense of our dogs. Look, so my dog, right? She's about 15 pounds. I think she lost some weight. She's like 12, 13 pounds right now.
Half of that is fluff, by the way, you guys.
It's a lot of fluff, She has anvils in her fluff. I walk her around, and some people are like, that's a big Pomeranian. I'm like, excuse me? It's like, that guy with the 3 dachshunds?
Yeah,
he said that to her. I was so upset.
Now I can't even be nice to his dogs.
Upset. But I always have to justify, look, Wakame is a regular-sized Pomeranian. She's not a teacup or miniature pom like people are used to, like this little shit right here,
like,
which
look
is really
at the perspective, because the hand is giant, on the dog. So that's a tiny dog. Yeah.
So people are always like commenting on how big-boned Wakame is. Don't really appreciate that. But let me show you a picture of a Mega Waka. That's a Mega Waka right there, And there's the other one. Wakame got scared.
I love that photo.
She's like, what the?
Check it out. That dog is much taller, much bigger,
and
mega
fluffy.
Yeah,
but don't tell a dog owner your Pomeranian's big. I mean, what's the point? What's the point of being like that dog right there? That kind of big ass dog you got. You know, like you don't tell anyone like your friend's kind of fat. You know, like
your friend's kind of big for her whatever
for her ethnicity.
Breed. Yeah.
You know, like what the fuck?
Yeah,
does that? So yes, I hate when people do that. It's a hate of the week. It happens a lot, and yeah.
And to that point, hate of the week for my dogs. When we walk our dogs, we constantly get people saying, oh, are they sisters? Which is great, fine, perfect. Or are they brothers? I hate when people mix the gender up of my dogs. They're both girls, Lily and Shadow, but...
That's a big dog. I'm just kidding. That's a big dachshund.
A big dachshund. As you can see, we do not put gender-colored collars on them. So oftentimes people will just look at the collar, which, okay, fine, I understand. They're looking for pink or purple or whatever. But we don't want to put pink. Well, we put pink on one, right? But that wasn't because she likes pink. It's because it's Princess Leia. But then the other one happens to have green. But happens a lot where they're like, he's so cute. And I'm like,
yeah.
Do you see a penis on the dog? There's no penis.
They do that to Wakame too. And I'm like, why? And one of my friends was like, oh, I'm sorry. I keep saying that because she's black and black is a masculine color. I'm like, what? Maybe that's your reasoning too. I don't know how black is a masculine color.
No idea.
I think I look great in black. I don't think I look masculine in black, but you know, who knows?
It's just strange to me. Am I supposed to show this one too?
I just wanted to show this one because they're having sex and they're two different genders. There's no point. Absolutely no point. Except the girl's mounting the dude.
So he's masculine.
Yeah. It's a gender dog swap. So, yes, and now we are going to move on to some brighter things, starting with video games on my end. There's a lot of stuff, so I'm going to just be really brief about it. First of all, Fallout 4's trailer has been revealed, so obviously Fallout 4 has been confirmed. The trailer looks really good. You see the dog basically walking around in shambles, and then he gets flashbacks, and then you see this world right here that you're probably going to play. Bethesda always has great games, so I'm really, really looking forward to this one, and I'm excited to see what E3 is going to show and exhibit for this game. And then next, Uncharted. Well, Uncharted 4, as you know, has been pushed back to 2016. Really, really sad about it. This is my boy Nathan Drake, and these are 3 different screenshots of him from Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and they've announced that on the PS4 it's going to be pretty much remastered and released in October. I am tempted to play it. What do you guys think? I love Nathan Drake. He is the man. He is like the male version of Lara Croft, I guess you can say. And I also like the gameplay and the mechanics of Naughty Dog games, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, next one is Tomb Raider. So Tomb Raider is coming out soon. There was a recent trailer. Look how different she looks. This is her like before she became, you know, the old Lara Croft. Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, she's a little more youthful. She's a little more vulnerable. Yeah. She has this sick ass bow and arrow thing. That's my favorite thing to use. The trailer looked really good and fresh. So that's another game I'm looking forward to hearing more about at E3. And then, we also have Batman's Arkham Knight, which is going to come out, and this is the first time you can actually ride and play in the Batmobile. And there was a 9-minute trailer where he was hanging out with, I think it was Poison Ivy, and he was driving around this car, and it was just sick. It was absolutely amazing.
That looks really cool. Do you think they modeled it off of the Dark Knight one?
I think they had to a little bit, yeah. So it worked really well.
That's awesome.
And the graphics are great. It's going to be on the PS4. And then finally, quick recap of Game of Thrones, Telltale Games, Episode 4. Have you played it?
No, I'm way behind, so go ahead and spoil the shit out of it.
No, I'm not gonna spoil it because also your choices change, like which characters you might have or the status of them, perhaps. Okay. But I thought Episode 3 was kind of slow, but Episode 4 really picked up the pace. Just tell us what you think. That's all I'm going to say, because I really don't want to spoil it for you.
Oh, you're so nice.
Yeah, no, I think you deserve to play it.
Okay, I will finish.
I mean, it only has 2 episodes left, so
yeah.
And they're not that long. You can play it if you're having a lazy day at the gym and you just want to like hop on the bike. And
That's what, you know what? That's where I left off. I'm like, where am I? I tried to bring it with me on the plane to Greece, and I realized I had downloaded the wrong thing.
What'd you download?
Like the first one that I had already played.
Oh, boo. That's lame.
Anyways, I will catch up.
Okay, yes, you will catch up. And I will pass it along to Anne for the comic book stuff.
Oh, yes. And there's definitely a topic that I think both of us want to touch on. But before we get to that, just wanted to quickly say that I finally started reading Saga. This might be... Oh, it's so hard to think if this is my favorite. It's really good.
Is it?
It's so good. I almost want to just leave this with you because I want you to read it.
Is it as good as McDonald's? McNuggets for $10?
I don't know. If I had McDonald's and this would be amazing. You guys, if you're reading this, it's by Brian Vaughn, and Fiona Staples does the art. And the story is great, and I think it seriously reads like it should be. I really wish somebody would take this and write a script for a film. I think it could be a good movie. Story about this couple who their wars are at war with each other. And so
it's like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, and then they end up consummating and having a baby.
And she breastfeeds on the cover.
Yeah, it's some really intense graphics. Like there's like, I think involved. Oh, by the way,
what?
Now that I remember.
What, Colton Haynes in it or what?
I have never had a comic book crush, but I think I have one in this guy called The Will, which is the guy who's trying to... the freelancer who's trying to find the couple, because there's a lot of people who want the couple dead because they're not supposed to be together. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, cool.
In the corner there.
Okay.
He's pretty hot. So I just wanted to point out, too, that this morning I figured out, because Runaways is one of my favorite comics, graphic novels, I don't know what you want to call it. I found out that Brian Vaughn did this too. No wonder I love the two of these so much. It's because it's the same person. And so if you love Runaways, I think you'll really like Saga. Or if you love Saga, pick up Runaways, either or. They're so good. I can't recommend them enough. So I'm on volume 3. I just started volume 3, almost done with volume 3. There's volume 4 out, and then I think they have a few issues after that. So I'm almost caught up.
Okay.
And then another piece of news that dropped this week. As you know, we've been reading the Star Wars comics that have rebooted themselves.
Yeah.
And now they are on issue 6. And the beauty of it is that they are trying to, stick to... These comics are canon for the Star Wars universe. And so whatever happens in the comics is, part of the actual story. And so one of the things that dropped...
Darth Vader pillow.
Yes, one of the things that happened, which was kind of out of left field for a lot of us, was the fact that Han Solo is married.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I have no opinion on if that's a good or bad thing, obviously, because I didn't follow the comic books, and I don't think it's fair for me to say, but... there's a lot of memes out there with Princess Leia being in shock and upset. I thought that was kind of funny. But as for what it means to the movie world, that's something that I'm curious to know where they're going to go with that.
Because is this something that the writers thought, oh, let's just throw it in so that it gives people something to talk about? Like, oh my gosh. Because for the most part, Star Wars people just know everything about the characters. And so the fact that this was revealed and everyone's like, oh my God, I didn't know, because this is the first time you're hearing about it. Is his ex-wife going to play a part in the future of the Star Wars, story? I don't know. Or is it just a thing that they wanted to throw in to get people all flustered? Who knows?
Will they have like an origin story of Han Solo in theaters? I mean, I think a lot of people would be interested by that. He's a very interesting character. He always remains to have that big shroud of mystery among him, So I think they have a lot of things, things that they can do with this. And,
totally. He could have other kids. Who knows? Like there's a lot of things that could happen.
We can find out. Well, I don't know if they reveal that in the comics, but how him and Chewbacca met, you know, all that stuff. Did they reveal that in the comments? Oh, okay. So, I'm curious to know, like, how does he even speak this guy's language?
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
So much more story to tell, though.
Yes. All right. So, that being said, let's move on to food. Today is a National Ramen Day. No, I'm just kidding. Today is
I totally forgot to show this photo, by the way.
Oh, that's a good photo. That's his wifey. So I would imagine like a Zoe Saldana or something like that playing it, or maybe someone more darker, not just milky.
Yeah.
But thank you for putting that up.
I'm sorry.
And no, thanks for doing that because I forgot too. So let's talk about National Donut Day because I guess America loves donuts because everyone is posting donut pictures.
Those look pretty good though.
Yes, those are really good. There's another donut picture.
Ooh.
But
is that dog treats?
Walkaway would be all about it.
I know, my dogs would love it.
They have actually like ice cream donuts, you know?
Yes, they do.
Yes. Did you go?
Donut friend has them.
Did you go?
No, not today.
Okay.
I've been.
Okay, it's good. And there's also
Super good.
one in LA somewhere where it's like a build your own donut. So you choose your donut. I mean, I want to cry. I'm not even a big donut fan. I eat it because it tastes good, but after one bite, my tummy really hurts.
Oh,
it just
no.
feels like a lot of like
Too heavy.
Yeah, but it's so delicious going
Breakfast
down. But that being said, Anne, we should get some donuts today.
Yes, and I was actually going to try to get us some at Krispy Kreme, and the line is crazy long.
Free.
Is that why?
A lot of places are doing free donuts.
It's out. Okay, so the line to go inside is out the door, wrapped around,
Oh,
and then the line for the drive-through is off onto the main street.
No, that's terrible.
Isn't that crazy? People in Burbank love Krispy Kreme.
I know. I love saying Krispy Kreme.
I do too.
I don't know why. It's like KKK Krispy Kreme.
Oh, Kaori Krispy Kreme.
Kaori's Krispy Kreme. I should have these.
That
Krispy
sounds
Kremes.
dirty.
That does sound dirty.
Let's move on.
I'm going to use that on dudes sometimes. Like, do you want some Kaori's Krispy Kreme? And see how they respond. They're like, what is wrong with this girl? I'm going to use it right now. I'm going to text
You
them.
mean KKK. Not that one.
Not that one. The good kind. All different people accepted. Okay, this is really bad. Let's move on to our final topic. Obviously, not the least important, but ZAC EFRON. So ZAC EFRON was seen with that movie, with the one with Anna Kendrick. He was jumping in the pool.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why it was news, but it was news, so it's news for us.
Something
ZAC
need a
EFRON.
wedding date.
Yeah.
Whatever their names are.
There you go.
Mike and Dave.
I don't know why this hit like websites like, oh, he's jumping in a pool. It's like,
Why didn't they show him getting out wet pants?
They don't.
Why?
I don't know. They don't, but they show like pit stains, and I'm like, you still look awesome. I mean, he can come to Kaori's Krispy Kreme anytime. And then we also have him with his girlfriend, Barf. Barf. Look at her. She has no eyebrows. Okay, or I mean, just draw whatever.
I will say
What?
I actually think she is pretty.
What?
The funny thing though is I asked John and Dennis, and they both think she's mega hot too.
What?
Kaori disagrees.
Wait, I
think she's pretty. I don't think she's like
maybe that's just like a bad picture. Well, that's you don't think she's supermodel because her job is modeling.
I know.
So, I mean, she basically said that she stole chia seeds from ZAC EFRON's place, joking that, you know, she's basically saying, I have a boyfriend, his name's ZAC EFRON, I stay at his place, and I steal his chia seeds. Thank you, bitch. I appreciate it. I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to be nice, you know.
I mean, come on. It's like, and this makes news? Okay,
of
whatever.
Course.
And then finally, this trailer dropped, I think last week, but we weren't here last week for this particular trailer.
Ugh.
I know, right? Look at his eyes. Look at his headphones on his head. Everything's perfect.
It's like McDonald's.
It's McDonald's. Could you imagine ZAC EFRON? 50 ZAC EFRONs for $10.
God.
But We Are Your Friends trailer hit.
Yes.
I think the best thing about this trailer is not necessarily the story that's going to come off of it, but the slew of EDM music.
Mm-hmm.
That's what got me into it. I like EDM. It's
Yeah.
really good stuff. And He's with Emily Ratajkowski in this movie.
Who's also an Entourage.
She's everywhere now. Hopefully everyone's gonna be like, is that the naked girl from Robin Thicke's video? I hope that stops soon. It's like she's known for her like tits.
Rest
Tits.
of Hollywood.
Yeah. But what do you think of it?
Yeah, I agree. The story is kind of, a little cheesy, but the fact that it's Zac Efron, I'm definitely going to see it. The music, just for the music too, makes me want to go to Vegas so bad. Especially that scene where they're running through the Strip, which looked really cool.
We got to go to Vegas for that and Magic Mike, a double XL.
Yes.
Double XL, yes. I feel like the We Are Your Friends trailer, it gives me a feeling of it's going to be kind of like Pitch Perfect, but with EDM music rather than a cappella music.
That's
Do you know
a good
what I
point.
mean?
Yeah, because they show him kind of picking up the sounds that are kind of in the environment.
Yeah.
Right. I could see that happening.
Yeah, so we'll see. Let's see if it mirrors it or not. Hopefully it doesn't matter. You can put on mute and be like,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. Put in the background because of the music. Who knows? But that completes this week's Speak Nerd to Me for the very, very first week of June. We had a lot of things to say. I'm sure there's going to be a crap ton more of things to say. Comic-Cons along the way. So start following us, tweeting us, rate, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, get us to 1,000. I'm aiming hard and high right now.
1,000.
1,000. So right there, follow us at Team Amasian. Check out our website. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
It's pretty fun. We're going to have some more pictures out there for you pretty soon. And you can also send us an email with a McDonald's gift certificate, Zac Efron naked, whatever you want, at teamamasian@gmail.com. Even some relationship questions if you choose to remain anonymous. That's cool with us as well. And don't tell us our dogs are big or male. And then they're black. And where can people follow you?
You guys can follow me by my name at Ann Campia on Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, I don't really use Facebook, but we could be in a relationship if you want.
No, I'm me.
Oh, we can be in a relationship.
Oh, we should be in a relationship.
Yeah.
That way no one asks questions anymore.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Just don't break up.
It's going to happen.
All right.
And then you can follow me right here, Kaorious. I got confused for a second. I'm like, where's my name? Okay. Yeah, thank you, Ann. See, one fails, the other one does the good job. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and all that good stuff. And thank you guys for tuning in to this week's Speak Nerd to Me. We enjoy doing this for you. Comment, keep the conversation going, and we'll see you next week for some more Speak Nerdy Talk.